Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Love It or List It, the series on my channel where I renovate all of the pre-made EA lots, and I use a really strict budget, and I also try and reuse a lot of the furniture that the lot already comes with. So as you can see, this is part 2 of one of the episodes of Love It or List It where we renovated the iconic Goth house. So if you haven't seen the exterior renovation yet, spoiler alert, this is what it looks like, but pretty much we obviously renovated the exterior in the last episode, and in this episode we are going to be renovating the interior. So I asked you guys last week in the episode if you guys wanted to see the interior renovation, and a lot of you guys, or pretty much all of you guys, said that you did want to see it. So here it is, we are going to do it today. So before we get started on the renovation, as per usual, let's go through the tour of the house. But pretty much I'm only going to be using the Get Famous expansion pack and the Vintage Glamour stuff pack in this renovation, and the budget that I'm going to give myself is a budget of $150,000. So I don't actually think I'm going to need that much money, but I have to give myself a budget because that's kind of how this series works. But I don't think that the challenge here is going to be the budget. I think that the challenge here is going to be trying to reuse all of the furniture that this house comes with, because as you can see, you guys, the house doesn't come with it's a base game only home, so it doesn't come with a lot of cool pieces, and it's also very dark inside. So I'm going to try and incorporate the vibe of this house, but kind of make it a little bit more updated and have it match the exterior a little bit more. So as you can see, the exterior is like a nice white kind of royal castle-y vibe, so I'm going to try and make the interior match the exterior and try and preserve as much of the furniture that they have as possible. You guys know how this series works. This is old news for you guys. So let's get started on looking at the interior. So pretty much we have a very dark living room with some red couches. So they definitely really like the color red. That's the Goths in a nutshell there, black and red. It's a very spooky, kind of haunted house, very gothic, I guess you could say. The floors have this dark kind of marble flooring, so very dark. When you have dark floors like that, it definitely darkens the whole room. And then over here we have kind of like a closed off kitchen area, so kind of, you know, not that nice, just kind of random. Not a huge fan of it. It's just very closed off, as you can see, so it's not open concept at all. And then we have this nice grand dining room over here, so I actually quite like this dining room. I just think it's kind of dark. If you were gonna have a bunch of guests over in this dining room, kind of depressing, kind of not super welcoming. So I'm gonna change that for sure. And then we just have a nice little bathroom over here. So the main floor, pretty big, pretty nice, a good foundation, but we definitely have to change some stuff. Upstairs we have 2 bedrooms. So here is obviously the master bedroom, again with that red theme. They definitely really like red, so kind of underwhelming, just a basic bedroom. And then over here is Cassandra Goth's room. So she clearly loves purple, and yeah, it's very purple. She likes purple, so we're gonna have to deal with that. And over here we have a nice piano room, so they clearly like music. There's a little violin over there, so I'm gonna try and preserve that in the renovation. I'm gonna keep those items because if they like music now, I don't think they'd want me to get rid of their piano, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna keep all of this and just relocate it. And then we have a giant bathroom over here, and I'm pretty sure there's one more Goth, Alexander. I guess his room is up here, so that's kind of sad that he is kind of banished to the attic. So hopefully we can incorporate his bedroom downstairs, because that would kind of suck if you were a little boy and you were like banished to the attic. Or it could be really cool, I'm not really sure. But basically that's the house. It's a very big house. It has a big floor plan, a lot of good stuff to work with, and we did a pretty stellar job on the outside, if I do say so myself. So hopefully I can make an interior that is just as fabulous, and hopefully I can preserve some of the furniture that they do have. I don't want to just sell everything and start from scratch. I don't want to do that. I want to stay true to the Love It or List It vibe and keep as much as I possibly can. So hopefully this renovation goes well, but before we jump into it, I want you guys to comment down below and let me know how the video quality of this webcam is, because this is the webcam that I bought for streaming. So yeah, let me know down below if the quality is good or not, because usually I film my face cam with like an actual digital camera. So I just decided to test out this webcam for you guys to see if it's good or not. So definitely give your thoughts on this down below. And I will also have my Twitch link down below, because I am going to be starting streaming soon, maybe in like a couple weeks. I don't really know. I haven't really figured out my schedule around that. But yeah, if you want to watch me when I do start posting, follow me there. So without further ado, let's get into the iconic interior renovation of the Goth house with a budget of only 150,000 simoleons. Okay, hello you guys, and welcome to the long-awaited renovation of the interior of the Goth home. So this renovation was something that I was really in the mood for, because I feel like you can't renovate an iconic house like the Goth house without being really in the mood to do it, because it's very challenging, especially the way I renovate things. It was quite a struggle. So luckily I was ready to tackle this challenge, and I think that I did a pretty good job. I mean, you guys can always let me know in the comments down below, because this is Love It or List It. You guys get to decide the fate of this house. Do we love it? Do we want to stay in it? Or do we list it and sell it and go buy something else? Because this house is worth a lot of money after this renovation, so we could definitely go buy something just as beautiful. But I personally really like what I did to this house, and I pretty much kept it with the family, or when I was renovating it, I kept the family in mind. So one of my subscribers did comment last on the exterior renovation, saying that I should keep in mind the Goths when I do renovate this, because usually when I renovate my apartments in city living, I don't really take into account who's actually living in the apartment. But in this case, because it was the Goth house and because it's an iconic family and iconic house, I did keep the Goths in mind, and I did actually give the Goth family a full makeover as well. So I did film that footage of me doing the Create a Sim kind of makeover. I've never like done Create a Sim before, so it was like super tragic, maybe, I don't know, but let me know if you guys want to see me post like a Create a Sim video of me renovating the Goths, makeovering the Goths. I'll just do it as like an extra video if you guys want it, but I won't make it like an actual weekly video, if you know what I mean, so you'll still get a build. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see that. I like completely did like a 180 on them. So that's kind of what I did for this house today. So as you can see, I moved, is it Alexander Goth, the little boy? I moved his room to the second level because I believe his room was in like the attic before, and like that's kind of sad because this house is massive. Why would he be in the attic all by himself? So I moved him into that kind of corner room over there, and it's like an octagonal room. It's very beautiful. Definitely very nice for a young child to be in a room that nice. And I kept a lot of the furniture that he had. So I noticed that he had like a chess table up there, so I kept the chess table. I know that he liked the color blue because he had like a blue ottoman and stuff like that, so I kept all of that. So really the challenge here was to make the Goth house look better, but take into account the people that are living there, and then with doing so also trying to keep a lot of their furniture. So I replaced some things like the beds and stuff, but for the most part I tried to maintain their furniture, so it's kind of like a realistic renovation. Like if you were going to renovate your house, you wouldn't sell every piece of furniture and start from scratch. You'd like keep some things here and there and just upgrade some of the other pieces. So that's exactly what I did for this renovation, just to make it the most realistic and just so it resembled the Goth house a little bit more. So as you can see, we are on to Cassandra Goth's room, and before I did all of this just now, her room was like bright purple, and it was like very purple. She loved the color purple clearly, so I kind of wanted to keep that in mind, but instead I kind of made it a more pink themed room. So instead of her like being obsessed with purple, I kind of changed it to pink because it seemed like she is kind of has a little bit of a girly side underneath her gothness. She did like girly things and stuff like that probably. So I made her room very princessy and very royal, and you can see if I do show you guys what the Goth family looks like now, she does kind of fit this room a little bit more, but I definitely brightened it up a lot. I kept most of her furniture, like I said, but I did upgrade her bed to that nice pink bed from Vintage Glamour, and I love the pink and purple, the purple little ottoman at the ends. I love that combination. I think it's so girly and like so princessy, and I would have loved this room when I was a child, or like realistically I'd still love it now. So yeah, her room, very nice. These rooms are very spacious, by the way. They're just definitely like luxury bedrooms, so I really love that. But pretty much I didn't change much in this room in terms of furniture besides the curtains, the flooring, the walls, and the bed and the fireplace. But yeah, I pretty much, kept most of the furniture the same. I think I upgrade all of the beds in everybody's room, but for the most part, other than that, keep the furniture. So I think that's pretty impressive, you guys. Let me know in the comments down below. But that's pretty much where the challenge was in this renovation. It wasn't about the budget, because as you can see, I gave myself a budget of $150,000, not because I thought that would be challenging, but just because I needed to give myself a budget. But the budget really wasn't the main aspect here. The main aspect of this renovation, or the main challenge, was being able to take all of the Goth existing furniture and kind of incorporate it into the renovation and make it look nice, because before the home was very dark and spooky and gothic, and now I kind of just wanted to make it more royal looking, and I feel like the house definitely looks like that at the end. So it's like the opposite. Before it was like all black inside, now it's very white and very bright. But as you can see here, I'm doing the master bedroom where Bella and Mortimer would sleep. So kind of changed the color of the furniture, but kept everything kind of the same. I did add the piano in here because I noticed that they did have a piano on the second floor before. It's where Alexander's room is. It was right there. So I decided to put it into the master bedroom here because, they were very into music before. So I believe they would want to keep that even though their house is renovated. So yeah, the piano's in there, which is very nice. And we do have 2 bathrooms up here. So I have one ensuite for the master bedroom, which I'll do after this one. And then I have just the main bathroom on the second floor. That's the blue one. So the bathrooms are just very, formal looking, very nice, nothing too crazy. But we're pretty much done with all of the bedrooms. I wanted them all to kind of look similar but different. They all each have their own kind of like personality, but at the same time, they all kind of tie in nicely together and are the same theme. So I think that I did accomplish that, and I'm really happy with each bedroom and how it turned out. And you can see here now the attic area is like not anybody's room anymore. So I'll actually furnish that at the very end. Like, I don't really know what to do with that room. I feel like it's just like decorative. If you do download this house, you can kind of make that room into whatever you want. But now I am doing the downstairs, and the downstairs was like a whole other challenge, you guys. It was a struggle, and I think because I'm not very good at like sectioning off rooms, as you guys know. I'm very into like the open concept thing. I don't think you've ever seen me do a build where I haven't done an open concept living, kitchen, dining area. Like, I don't like walls. So I kind of do that on this main floor here. As you can see, I already like knocked the wall down to make it open concept. And it's so big. This floor plan is really big that sometimes I struggle, but I would rather have it open and big than closed off. So I think my biggest challenge, when I am renovating is I don't delete everything and start from scratch. like I don't put everything in the inventory and then place things down. I like try and renovate it while all of the items are just like sitting there on the floor. So as you can see, like during my renovations, like the floor is a mess. I have like counters going the wrong way. I have chairs and couches all, you know, randomly placed because I don't delete everything. I keep everything there and try and like renovate around it, so it's like very cluttered while I'm renovating, and I feel like that kind of stresses me out. I feel like I should probably like start from scratch and kind of put everything in the inventory before I, you know, try and envision what I want, but for some reason I always keep it like all messy like this and renovate around the existing stuff. So I feel like that makes it a little bit more challenging almost, but that's just like, it's just classic me, you know, like that's what you're gonna get. So as you can see, the place just kind of like slowly transforms from this like cluttered mess to a half decent looking goth mansion. So the downstairs was very dark black, brown, red, purple, so not the nicest. They really liked that red color, and I kind of wanted to shift that, and I kind of went for a more blue color scheme because this goth house is in like an alternate universe. It's like the alternate universe goth house, so they don't like red. In this universe, the goths do not like red. They like white and light blue. Like that's their thing here. So I kind of went for that color scheme, and because the walls and the floor are so white and bright, I did have to find ways to like ground the color scheme by adding darker pieces here and there. Like I added a black couch right there. I decided to change the countertops and cabinets to like that black color because I just needed some darkness in the room because it was very bright, and I do like the brightness. I think it looks really great, but you do have to balance it with some darker colors. So as you can see, I'm trying to do that with kind of like the black fireplace and the black bookshelves and stuff like that. But overall, I think that I did end up balancing the colors quite nicely. It looks a little questionable right now, but I promise it all kind of comes together in the end, and I do, like I said, incorporate that pop of blue into this main floor, which some of you may like, some of you may not like, but I really didn't want to have like a very neutral color scheme in this renovation, because I always do a very neutral color scheme because it's safe, but I didn't want it to look boring, so I did go with the blue. And I feel like it contrasts nicely with the before, because the before was like very red and black, so this is kind of like very white and blue and gold, and that's kind of like the contrast between what it was before. So I am pretty happy with the way it's turning out. As you can see, the living and kitchen area is kind of coming together with what I want it to be. And oh yeah, by the way, I only used Base Game, Vintage Glamour, and Get Famous in this entire renovation. So if you have those 2 packs, you can download this renovation in this house completely fine, and everything will be there. But I feel like those 2 packs definitely go well with each other, and that's all I really needed to do this renovation. If I had more packs, I don't think it would have helped me, because I don't think I would have wanted any other items besides the ones I already had. But yeah, in a moment I'm going to be doing the attic area, and I kind of had like this weird idea for the attic upstairs area, and I feel like the goths are like have a lot of family secrets and they're very rich and all that stuff. So I thought maybe they would have like a secret person they're hiding up here, that they're like hiding from the world, maybe like a secret child that they don't want anyone to know about, and they like hide them up here, and they raised this child up here since they were a, you know, baby, and now they're like a teenager. So they have like a TV and a big computer, and they like blacked out the windows with curtains so no one could see inside. And I don't know, it's kind of dark, it's kind of scary, but I feel like in light of all the nice stuff that's happening to the goth house, they still had to have some dark secrets. So yeah, that's kind of the storyline I gave for that attic room. but feel free to convert that attic room into whatever you want it. But as you can see, I also stayed true to the goth house and didn't give them a TV on the main floor. I gave it in the attic, but you can delete that if you want, because in the real or original goth home, they didn't have a TV, so they don't really have any electronics at all. But I did give them computers upstairs because like they need computers, but there's no TV or anything like that. They're very like very weird. So yeah, as you can see, the screenshots are happening right now, and I'll have some nice before and after photographs. I really hope that you guys like what I did to this home. It's a very challenging home to renovate, mainly because it's so big, but also because it's very iconic, like I said. So there's a lot of expectations, and there's a really high standard for the renovations that happen to this home because you can't mess it up. So I really think that I did do the home justice, and I'm really happy with the way I was able to incorporate most of their items into this renovation and kind of keep the essence of the goths while moving them to an alternate universe where they're like happy and bright. And yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to comment down below whether or not you would love or list this renovation, and also comment down below which family or home you want me to renovate next, and also if you want to see my renovation or my makeover of the goth family. And if you enjoyed this video and you like Love It or List It the series, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. And if you are new here and if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends or if you want to see more weekly Sims 4 videos. I upload once per week at the same time every week, so I will see you guys all next week. Bye everybody!